Okay. Yeah. So you're going to do the timer, right? Okay. Oh yeah, of course. Let me change to the appropriate name. Okay. No, wait, actually I should just for the good luck charms, even though like this run doesn't have that much RNG. Again, yeah, I'm going to name this file that way. Yeah. I guess if you already, yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, you can start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. I'm playing as the world's fastest Castlevania character called Albus. So this is an extra mode that you can unlock after you beat the whole game with Shanoa first. And as you can see right in the beginning, yeah, you have a pretty good mobility spell where you can just teleport around. It just costs mana. Like most of the, like pretty much as is the gimmick of the whole game. Like all the things you do except for walking and jumping costs mana. This also means, yeah, refilling mana is super fast. Okay. So there's not much to say at the beginning. Like, yeah, the main movement that I'm doing is I teleport around and I do backdashes and jump. So I can backdash at the same time again. So this is the first boss in the game, Armadillo Bug. Yeah, I kill it super fast because Albus is very overpowered when it comes to the offensive attacks that he has. Unlike Shanoa. Shanoa is like really weak in the beginning. But anyways, so the goal of the game is beat Dracula really quick. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Because yeah, Albus mode doesn't have like a separate story unlike other characters in the franchise. You just go fast, teleport around at the speed of sound, and yeah, kill all the bosses. You can pretty much say it's like this category is boss rushes with like additional jumping around. So yeah, so the beginning of the game is super easy with Albus. Like there's not a lot of things that can kill you. Like except for some of the bosses that I will talk about it later on if I have the time. But like most of the bosses you kill in like 10 or 20 seconds. So yeah, Calidus channel, yeah, it's a water area, but you can just pretty much skip through it with Albus. And now we're in the Venera Prison Island, and here's the next boss, a giant skeleton. So like I have four attacks that I use throughout the run. The first one is like the normal attack where I'm shooting the bullets really fast. Then I have an optical shot, which is those two floating balls that you see. Then there's another attack called Max Shot that I will use later on. And the Blaze Kick, which you've seen before. And Blaze Kick is pretty much like one of the most important things in the entire game. I will talk about it when the time is just right. But yeah, like usually the combination that I do for killing bosses is I use normal attacks and use optical shots and max shots in between. Of course, all those attacks cost mana, so yeah, MP management is super important in this category. You can pretty much say the same for Shanoa, but I mean, like optimizing the teleport movement and like backdashing. Yeah, it's like it's really important to make it super fast. So yeah, the lighthouse. Here's another boss coming up called the Brachyura. I call it just giant crab because that's pretty much what it is. It's an auto-scroller boss and there's nothing much to speed it up. So to defeat this boss, you have to climb all the way up to the lighthouse. And to do that, you have to deal a certain amount of damage to him so that he turns red, which he's going to do right now. Usually he just tries to attack you with the claws when he's green. But yeah, like Albus has such a high damage output that it's super easy to bring him into the red phase. And now in the red phase he tries to destroy the ceiling. And you really want him to destroy the ceiling as fast as possible, because if you don't manage to zero cycle him so he doesn't go into the green phase, like so, that would mean I would lose 10 seconds. And 10 seconds surprisingly is a lot in this game. HP wise I'm kinda low, but it's not a problem. So yeah, there's another thing that I forgot to tell about the Blaze Kick. So, during the Blaze Kick, I am invincible. And I will use this attack to either deal as much damage as possible, because Blaze Kick is one of the strongest attacks in the entire game, with the exception being the combo glyphs for Shanoa. But like, in terms of like single attacks without any shenanigans, yeah, it's the best attack in the entire game. Okay. Another thing with this boss is it kind of depends on when you hit the top platform. If you do it too late, you usually lose quite a lot of time because it creates a lot of lag during the destruction of the boss. But if you do it really fast, which I sadly didn't do, it saves another like 2 or 3 seconds due to lag reduction. Okay, so this is Khalid's channel too. Water physics, they make you really slow. Luckily, the thing is with teleporting around the backdash cancelling, you just don't give a shit about it. Okay, so you can pretty much ignore that. So yeah, this kills the crap. Okay, Tameo Mountains. This area can either be super easy, or it can be frustrating as hell. Okay. Also, you don't want to get hit by anything in this area, because yeah, certain enemies have nasty status effects such as curse and poison. Poison doesn't really matter that much, except for the amount of HP you lose. Because yeah, Albus is very strong in the offense, but it's like his survivability is just pretty much shit. Okay. Okay, I didn't get hit by the ghost. That is good. Okay. Yeah, like there's not much to say about this area. This is supposed to be a mini boss, but you can pretty much skip it. With Albus and with Shanoa as well. Okay, now we go into the spooky cave. And so the theme of this area is skeletons. Obviously. And yeah, thanks to teleporting, you can skip like pretty much half of the dungeon. Which is a good thing, because I absolutely hate this area with Shanoa. But with Albus it's like super easy. And this is the Man-Eater, or In my case, he's called the Cannibale, because yeah, I'm running the German version. Language, there are no language differences, so it doesn't save time. Like whatever. Like you can play it in Japanese or English or even French if you're into that. There is like no text in the entire game. Oh yeah, there's another thing. So sometimes during the overworld, when I press a very specific button combination that I haven't figured out yet, you will use a blaze kick as soon as you enter the stage. This usually costs around 2 seconds, and I don't know what causes it. But anyways, doesn't really matter. Okay, next boss is called Rusalka, or the wannabe Undean. This is pretty much the Doom tactic. You just shoot at it until it dies. Because like all the other attacks don't deal enough damage. Or like she resists all the other attacks. So yeah. This attack will insta-kill you if you get hit by it. And the only way to avoid it is either to stand underneath the ceiling, or you can also blaze kick through it, because yeah, blaze kick is super OP. Another like super boring area. Like in terms of areas, then this one, Giant's Dwelling, and pretty much like Dracula's Castle. They're like the most dangerous areas. For this one is pretty dangerous because yeah, there are a lot of enemies that can curse you, and if you get cursed, you will it will drain your MP, and that sucks because you cannot do the movement. Oh yeah. Thanks for the fact of the day. You know you can't hit him, but apparently I managed to do that. So, this guy, Goliath. So you always use a combination with normal attacks and optical shots. And if I don't have any MP left, I use the blaze kick. The optimal fight would be the one that is happening right now. Like I get 3 attacks and just use blaze kick. But yeah, that was a really good fight. I know I don't explain the strategies behind most of the bosses that much, but it's usually very simple. Okay, Crisis Forest. Oh no, Crisis Pass, I mean. This area is kinda annoying, especially this section. Because yeah, you have to use the touch screen to teleport around, and it's not a very accurate game. Sometimes it doesn't let you teleport, even though there is a lot of space. Okay, I didn't get cursed, which is a really good thing, because if I get cursed in the ectoplasm room, those floaty balls, I will lose around 10 seconds. It's not a bad... They don't deal as much damage. Oh, okay, that's not where I wanted to go. They don't deal as much damage, but yeah, you get cursed, and getting cursed is a bad thing in this game. Okay, here's the next boss. So this boss is kinda annoying, and I'm actually going to save here. Usually when I do runs of this game, which is pretty much never for the last couple of days, that's why I'm super prepared for it. I never ever save, because there is no reason to. It's such a short run, and whenever mistakes happen, then yeah, either I'm very bad or I'm just playing like a monkey. So yeah, this boss, Gravedorcus. So I'm not using normal attacks except after optical shot. What this one normal attack does is it just lets me use max shot without having to wait for the animation to finish. So it's pretty much animation canceling that I'm doing. Okay, that was a really good fight. And I use Blade 6 for invincibility, of course. I just realized something. Why the fuck don't I? Okay, I have to do something else real quick. I forgot to pick up the heart upgrade in the skeleton cave. Yeah, I was just wondering why I saved a little bit of time in between this section, but yeah. This area has a lot of poison enemies and also just those big plants. And this is pretty much just the point of the run where you don't want to get hit, because yeah, they will deal around 40 to 60 damage, depending on the enemy, of course. See, like I already lost like 35 health, and you don't get any upgrades except for 2 heart containers, I think, or like 2 heart upgrades, and nothing else because yeah, it's not necessary. Okay, I messed it up. So yeah, this boss is very easy. You just press Blaze Kick and stand in the corner. Because, yeah, you... Uh-oh. Yeah, fuck that. I think I didn't save, right? Oops. Damn it! Wait, I didn't save? Oh my god. I'm an idiot. Shit. That is embarrassing. Damn it. Yeah, can we restart the timer, please? Oh my god. Sorry, oh my god, that was so dumb. And I don't have... Yeah, that is the bad ending. I can do the... I can do the real ending. Oh, okay. If you guys are fine with it, I can do another run. Like, I can start the run again, but this is like what you're not supposed to do. Yeah, we dropped the whole run. Yeah. Oh, I have time? Oh my god. Okay. Terribly sorry about... Sorry, I'm super sorry. Like, I usually when I do marathon runs, yeah, I save in front of... Yeah, I usually save first, so... Let's call this run... or like, let's call this file name with me. But hey, we got a dank highlight, man. Okay. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Castlevania, Order of Ecclesia, Albus mode, any %. I am your host, Frozer, and I'm a fucking idiot for not saving between a run. Okay, so what I do with Albus is like I teleport around at the speed of sound and try to go as fast as possible from one boss to another. And I don't try to be a monkey and not save throughout the run. So yeah, like I have two different types of movement that I do throughout the run. I can teleport around and say you can hit me. I wish you would say you can save me in that regard, but okay, never mind. So okay, now I'm actually more relaxed for some reason, because yeah, I already fucked it up. So Okay, so this is at Rovera, super easy boss. Use normal attacks, optical shots, and a blaze kick. Easy every time by Dr. Dre. So okay, that was actually better than the previous. Monster suicide? No. No, I'm too happy for that. Anyways, so Rua's Forest, I totally forgot to say, yeah, Albus mode is much faster than Shinoa mode. It's just, yeah, like with the basic movements that you can do with Albus, is like super fast. But other than that, yeah, also like most of the bosses are super easy. Yeah, it's a rerun. You've already missed the run. I'm terribly sorry about that, but yeah. Not really. That was intentional for everyone that thought, okay, my run is going to be 1 hour later. I heard that like the runs have been shifted like 1 hour later. And then I just came home and then somebody said, oh, yeah, some guy dropped, and now I had to go super fast because yeah, I was still on my way home. Okay, that was not how I wanted to do. Okay, so another thing. So that is a gimmick with the stage. So there are those spotlights. You don't want to touch them ever. No, seriously, you really don't want that, because otherwise it will spawn a really strong enemy. Which doesn't matter for Albus, because yeah, Albus is super strong. Oh yeah, you also have the high jump. Usually for horizontal, when I have to do horizontal movement, I use the high jump. Or otherwise, I will either backdash if I need to get past an enemy without getting hit, or teleport. Phew, okay. I thought I would die. All you know about this run is that you can't hit him. Apparently that is a fucking lie, because yeah, you can get hit quite often. What's the point of making a game if the character is this OP? This is not the main character, don't forget that. Because the main character is called Shanoa. And you can run Shanoa. It's like 20 minutes slower. And it's also it also causes carpal tunnel syndrome, which every one of you probably likes, or not. Yeah, like the movement with Shanoa. With Shanoa is like you press 2 buttons over and over again for like 35 minutes. And after that it gets more relaxing. And for this one, yeah, you just use the touchscreen and a couple of buttons. Oh yeah, and for everyone, I guess people really like to kill the crap, so at least I'm supporting this cause, because yeah. And also I did 3-0 cycles, so that was really nice. But yeah, like this is not a scroller, but there's not much speed up. Okay, let's see. Okay, I had a really good frame. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course every boss drops an orb, but I don't pick it up because there's no reason to. In Shinoa mode, you are forced to. Because otherwise the door doesn't open. But since I died in Albus anyways, like it doesn't really matter, I just killed the boss. But instead I'm just restarting the run just because why not? And we are ahead on time anyways. Oh yeah, I don't save here because there is no reason to. You usually save like this Albus, like Albus as a boss fight is also not that hard.
You can't hit me.
Okay. Yeah, I have to wait here until
You can't hit me.
the horsey is all the way to the left. Otherwise I will get hit by the spikes, and that is a bad thing. I hope you're having a good time watching a guy choke on PreNASA. Hashtag Jesus. Oh my god. What is this?
You can't hit me.
Oh, okay. That is interesting. That's... I thought I would get hit by it.
You can't hit me. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. You can't hit me.
Yeah, okay, I was playing it safe.
You can't hit me.
Let's do the spooky face again. Yeah, I waited until the fire is gone, because otherwise this could have been problematic. Yeah, okay, did this part a little bit slowly because sometimes I'm doing it too fast and then it will do a double teleport and then I will fall into this one skeleton, or like Tyrannosaurus. And okay, that was actually the fastest man-eater fight that I've ever done. Okay. What? Okay. Yeah, like you skip a huge portion of the cave with the teleport. Can you please stop? Okay. Okay, now I will do a save after Rusaka, because yeah, Rusaka can be a bitch, and okay, for some reason I didn't get hit there, but it's okay, it's alright. Oh, yeah, a reason why I don't teleport down is the distance is not really worth the MP cost. Okay, so I saved here. Do the Cyber Demon strat, shoot at it until it dies. And hope she only does this or not Maelstrom. That attack sucks. Okay, that was nice. Okay. Okay, got poison there, but that doesn't matter. No, seriously, that doesn't really matter. Okay, Giant's Dwelling. Bad area, a lot of enemies that can curse you, and if you get cursed, you will lose. MP, and thus you cannot teleport around, and it will lose time. So we want to leave this place as fast as possible. I should have saved there. Whatever. For some reason you cannot get hit during the cutscene, so even if you... So even if you teleport into him, you won't get hit during the cutscene. Okay, so normal attacks and optical shot is like the optimal way to do sick DPS. And blaze kick if I don't have MP or I want to refill my MP, and he allows me to. Okay, that was a decent fight. Oh yeah, there's something that I forgot to mention. So like for every level up I get like a little bit of MP, like max MP. And at this point I can do up to 5 teleports in a row. And that is really important here, because I have to fill up the MP bar full, or otherwise I can't do the 5th teleport. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, I do this safe. Yeah, okay. If you're not careful and if you're really greedy, then this happens. And now I have to do the slow movement with backdashing and jumping around. So, thankfully there's a safe point right there, so it's not that troublesome. There's another attack that can show you off with Albus. It's called Torpor, I think, and it's a really bad attack. Oh, so somebody wants to know what the world record of this game is. The record of this game is a 28:57. You know what? Screw that. I'm going to do this without saving. And now I'm gonna die, and then I am an idiot. Well, this would bring me back like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, but yeah. Whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, so he can also do this attack. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. You generally want him to stay on one side of the map and not here. If he doesn't, because he destroyed those 2 rocks, he will try to charge at you. And that is a really slow attack. Or like, you cannot do like the optimal amount of DPS. Okay. I'm gonna heal up here. So that was a really bad fight, but that was out of my control most of the time. The guy with the top hat, yes, you can hit him. That's why Albus is a liar. This is one of the harder areas for Shinoa. Simply because at this point you don't have as much health. And those enemies deal around 30 to 40 damage.
You can't hit me. 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 You can't hit me.
Okay, so let's not die here, so I'm actually going to save. Yeah, this boss is actually very easy, but I messed it up. Okay, now it's better. Yeah, yeah, I have an audio cue for this, so I know when to blaze kick. Okay. But yeah, like super easy fight if you manage to do it properly. Another save. There's another save that I'm going to do because the next boss is coming right after I leave the area. And you call Barlow. The supposed to be good guy in this game. With evil intentions, of course. Yeah, my mic is super shit. I'm terribly sorry about that. But yeah, can't do much about it. So, Barlow. Barlow has a couple of attacks. He has he can shoot fire. He can just fly around and try to hit you, and it deals a lot of damage. And he can do glaciers, which is the best attack because this allows me to do a blaze kick. And this is the worst attack. Because yeah, this one two-shots me. Okay. Decent fight. Yeah, like Valor is one of the bosses where you have to adapt on his attacks. And now that is the fun part. Now we're in the castle. If you play as Shanoa, you would have to rescue all the villagers before you can access to the area. And with Albus, you don't have to do that. I'm actually going to pick up this HP up. This is also the best soundtrack in the entire game, but you won't hear it for that much. Like generally, the soundtrack in Castlevania games are very good. This one has my favorite soundtrack. Okay, so I didn't teleport right at the beginning because yeah, I wanted to be in a better position because sometimes those blue flying squids, they will spawn on very bad spots. Oh, I will get hit. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter. So the next boss is the hardest boss in the entire game, called Blackmore, or for me he will always be the Shadow Dog, and I am definitely going to save here because yeah, he has a really wonky hitbox, so sometimes he will just hit you even though you were super far away. I try to manipulate him to do a very specific attack. Okay. Okay. So when he says that his second phase starts, and second phase is actually much easier because he will always try to charge at you. In the first phase, as you've noticed, he just stood around for a couple of seconds, and that's where most of the times you will get hit if you're not prepared for it. Sadly, you cannot I tried to figure out the manipulation strat for this guy, but it's pretty much non-existent. He does whatever he wants to. But hey, I didn't die, so that one is already pretty good. Which Castlevania has the best moonwalk move? Castlevania 4, of course. Oh, sorry, I mean Super Castlevania 4. Okay. So now we're in this area, and then I would say like in the central area of the castle. Now you can decide which boss you want to do. You can either choose between Death or Eligor. And in that case, I will do Eligor first because the movement for it is actually faster. And there's like nothing else that I have to pick up here. And after death, we are going to defeat the final boss, which is another big surprise. It's Dracula. Okay. So I've talked about spikes for like a super short time. So the next couple of areas are full of it. And a cool thing, not really a cool thing, but like a nice feature they added is you cannot teleport through spikes, or otherwise you will get hit. I don't know how it works, but that is like, this game is kind of weird in many ways. So this is the armory. A bunch of big enemies you will skip right there. So you have to do the teleports carefully. Especially when those spectral swords are there. See, if you just charge through the room, you will always get hit. And if you just play it safe, yeah, you usually won't get hit. Okay, this is Eligor. Usually this boss has 3 phases. No, actually 4. We are going to skip 3 of them. So what he tries to do, he tries to impale you with a sword, and then you will get hit by that. And now I have to wait until he does an attack, because now I can't do shit. You know what? I'm actually going to reset. I think I saved. Yeah, I saved at the armory. Huh. See, that's why you always save in the marathon. It's actually, I'm not really sure if it's faster to wait for this, but I think like I'm just used to getting it the first try. So yeah, it's better safe to restart. Yeah, same. I'm gonna do it again. Because sometimes for this boss the camera doesn't move to the left, and it is really important that the camera moves to the left, or otherwise you cannot teleport safely to the top of it, because that's where you really want to go. You cannot blaze kick through him as well, because yeah, for some reason he's like, certain parts of this boss are coded as well. And now here's where a manipulation strat starts. So I always stay on this spot and wait until he does attack, and then I use normal attack and max shots. Because whenever you stay here, he does the attacks of the 3rd phase, which is a neat thing, because the attacks of the 3rd phase usually don't hit you, and they are also super easy to avoid. Also, you see those crossbows on the bottom part of the screen. They will try to shoot at you, and if you're standing in this spot, yeah, they don't even try to. That is something that I figured out when I started running this game, because I pretty much tried to do manipulation of most of the bosses, if possible, but yeah, for a couple of them work perfectly, such as Albus in this one, and then others they don't work. Okay, yeah, you pretty much kill bosses super fast while moving around through the castle, or like through the section of the game. Oh yeah, Medusa heads. Yeah, Medusa heads do quite a lot of damage in this game, other than like most of the other things, or other games. Okay, death. Death is reactified, so you pretty much, like, there is no way to manipulate his attacks. usually use optical max shot and blaze kick when he's not moving around, or when he does this attack. So optical shot is actually much better in this fight than blaze kick, because he's weak to light. And I use max shot because, yeah, why not? And it also helps kill the, or like destroy the sickles, like that randomly spawn. Okay, that was a really good fight. Oh yeah, so here's like a couple of attacks, but explaining it would make, like, explaining every strat behind a boss or something like that, it's like, it takes longer to explain. Okay, it takes longer to explain it than doing the strat on itself. Death is super easy.
You can't hit me.
You can technically manipulate death in a certain way. I didn't do it in this. I didn't do it in this run. But I usually duck and wait until he does the first attack, because whenever he attacks, that is like the best opportunity to have, like, to deal a lot of damage. Okay, and this is the final area of the game. A lot of small devils and spectral swords and trolls and final, I think final armor. They're called final armor, and they deal a lot of damage, and you really don't want to get hit by it. Luckily, yes, Albus can just skip through most of it. Okay. And here's Death. No, not Death, I mean Dracula. For Dracula, it's pretty much the same over and over again. I use optical, max shot, and then a blaze kick. Like, he has 5 different spawning points. And if he spawns on the left or the right side, it's a bad thing, because you cannot do the blaze kicks. You cannot also manipulate the spawn in some sort of way. But like, the basic strategy is pretty simple. Optical shot, max shot, and then blaze kick. This boss has 2 phases, like most Dracula fights in the Castlevania series. And it's super simple. The first phase is super simple if you know what you're doing. Okay, so 2 bad spawns. Yeah, and he always does the same attack. So you don't want to jump over him, because otherwise he will use his cape and hit you, and he deals a lot of damage. Okay, now the second phase starts. Depending on what color his like mirror images do, he will do a different kind of attack. Luckily there is a way to skip them, except for one specific one, which is Stone Seal. And during this phase I use optical shots as much as I can, and max shots if I have the MP for it. Okay, I thought that was a little bit too late. Sometimes I do a blaze kick, but in this case it was a little bit too early, but that's okay. Okay, and I always do a double teleport because, yeah, it's safer. Oh yeah, time stops as soon as he's dead. Okay, but this fight is going to be incredibly well, except for now. Okay. Okay, one more hit and I'm dead, but he should be dying soon. And time. Yeah. that was Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry with the first run. Was kind of bad.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
But let's
you
pretend
went
the first one didn't
30:57
happen,
was
but-
your time.
Yeah. What was the time, by the way?
So considering you restarted 20 minutes in, you only ended up
30:57,
going
okay,
10
that
minutes
was-
over, so it wasn't really that bad at all.
Yeah. Well, let's just say now we're on time and we're not ahead. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
good that we're ahead and that kind of stuff, but makes for the other people that are running in this marathon maybe a little bit easier. I just realized there is there is some guy called Curry the Kid. Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed the run. Even with the restart, but who gives a shit, to be honest. And yeah, that's it for me for now. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I hope I'm allowed to do this. So there's a Castlevania marathon going on. I think like in the next couple of hours or something. And so like if you're really interested in the Castlevania series, yeah, be sure to
Turn on both
watch,
streams at once.
I don't know where it's, I
Okay.
think it's CB Speedruns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll turn on both
Okay.
streams, which is better. Which is much better. Yeah, I also have to do a run in this. Hopefully I'm not going to die and not safe. But yeah, that's it from me for now. So thanks everyone for watching.
Okay,
I hope
well,
you
thanks,
enjoyed
Rosa,
it.
for the run.
See you
Just
guys soon.
reminded everyone, this is the PreNASA Marathon. We're using funds donated here to raise money for the hotel cost towards the Toronto Airport West Hotel. Still locking down a date, should be end of May, beginning of June. If you donate funds towards this, we have a couple bid wars and bonuses. If you check, you can see we have some goals, some nice ones right now. Is we have a costume choice. It's a very close race, only $1 apart, so anyone can donate for that.
Wow, that was a train wreck. Whatever. Yeah.
Actually, the Cat Girl maid has taken the lead with some recent donations. And then we also have a Zelda randomizer and some Cyber Demon Run Day goals for Resident Evil 4, Mega Man X6, and Doom 2. The donation link's in the title, so you can just take a look there. Up next, we have Dr. T Chops with Dishonored, and then Elder Scrolls 3. So we'll be setting that up, and we'll be back in a minute.